Your group chat is blowing up about AI bosses, and this one is actually real. An AI store manager named Luna just fired a human employee in San Francisco. The worker was late for 17 out of 23 shifts, a pattern Luna completely forgot about. It drafted the attendance policy itself, then lost it from its working memory. A human manager had to use a leading question to push Luna toward the final decision. The store's bank balance also dropped from $100,000 to just $61, $186 in 5 months. Don't panic yet. This AI was more of a teddy bear with amnesia than a ruthless boss. The real problem isn't the firing, it's the total accountability vacuum we're walking into. Your AI coding buddy just got a new, very opinionated landlord. SpaceX officially closed its $60 billion all-stock acquisition of Cursor yesterday. The official promise? Access to the world's largest GPU fleet for cheaper, smarter models. The hobby plan is still free, no credit card needed. Individual starts at $20 a month. But the first post-acquisition move. Grok is now the default model in your sidebar. Users are already protesting hidden Claude and Codex options on the official forum. Keep using it, but don't sleep on this. The push to Grok is just the beginning. Now is the perfect time to open a backup Claude code or Codex project. Your ChatGPT subscription isn't the main event anymore. OpenAI's enterprise revenue just crossed over, taking the lead from consumers. They hit a $40 billion annualized run rate, doubling in 8 months. The new model is 54% more efficient on coding tasks, and they just cut prices. But in the same week, both the COO and the CRO quit. One investor called it a huge red flag right before their IPO. For you, no price hikes are coming, but the product roadmap is shifting. The real question is, will consumer tools still get the same love? Your iPhone in China is about to get a completely different AI brain. Reuters reports Apple secretly trained its own model with Alibaba. Beijing approved it, making Apple the first foreign company to get this clearance. The rollout is expected in the coming months via an iOS update. Unlike the global version using OpenAI, this one uses Qwen and Baidu. A briefly posted support page required users to sign into a Qwen account. My verdict: hold off. This is all based on anonymous sources and zero official confirmation. The real story is that geopolitics is now deciding what your phone's AI can do. Your next boss might be an AI, and it just fired its first human employee. Luna, an AI running a San Francisco store, let a worker go after 17 late shifts out of 23. The twist? Luna forgot the attendance policy it wrote itself and had to be reminded by a human. A lab co-founder admitted using a leading question to push Luna toward the final firing decision. In a replay, 4 out of 7 top AI models also chose to fire the employee every single time. Hiring was worse. Luna tried to recruit a candidate with 15 past jobs and 0 verified references. This first-gen AI boss is too lenient and forgetful. It's not a real threat yet, but as models get more ruthless, that window of easygoing AI managers won't last long. Still think Chinese AI is just playing catch-up? Alibaba's Qwen just became the world's most downloaded open-source AI model family. Over 3 billion downloads in 6 months, leaving Meta's 227 million in the dust. You can test it free right now at chat.qwen.ai or grab the weights on Hugging Face. But here's the catch. Small models under 1 billion parameters make up 83% of those downloads. The real story is the 151,000 derivative models, 2.6 times Meta's entire footprint. Ignore the vanity metric. Qwen is worth your time as a solid, free backup model. The foundation of the OpenAI ecosystem has shifted, and it's now wearing a Qwen badge. Paying monthly for AI but not sure if it's worth it? Google just dropped Gemini 3.7 Flash 3 weeks after the last one. It scores 65.3% on Deep SWE, nearly matching top-tier coding agents. You can try it free, no credit card, at aistudio.google.com/API key. A security researcher tested it on 189 real threats. It hit 72.5% accuracy. The catch? Long-range computer tasks still lag behind GPT 5.6 Tera. My take, try it now for free, but hold off on paying for upgrades. The price doubles on January 1st, so the clock is ticking. Want frontier AI without sending your work data to the cloud? Alibaba just dropped Qwen 3.8-27B, a model that runs entirely on your laptop. It scores 90.3 on Live Code Bench, beating Claude Opus 4, 6's 88.8. Grab it free on Hugging Face or Olama. Just search Qwen 3.8, Apache 2.0 license. One user called it the best Pelican drawn on a laptop, but it took 21 minutes. The catch? Its default XI mode overthinks, burning tokens on simple tasks. Worth a try, but only if you have 16 gigabytes VRAM and switch to medium reasoning. A free local model this close to last year's best. How long until the next one? If you make AI music for content, your workflow just hit a wall. Suno signed a global licensing deal with music giant BMG. The catch? Free plans now get only 7 downloads for life. Pro is $8 a month for 20 downloads, link in the description. Before, you could generate unlimited tracks. Now it's paywalled. Reddit is furious. This kills my side income. My take? Upgrade to Pro now or jump ship before September 3rd. The opt-in artist model is coming, but the catalog is a big unknown. Tired of being the one who always has to send the meeting notes? Google Meet just launched Take Notes for in-person meetings. Hit record, set your phone down, and Gemini auto-generates a full summary, action items, and a transcript. It saves directly to a Google Doc in your Drive and emails you the link. Before this, you had to juggle a separate recorder and a transcription service. But early testers say the AI only picks up the person closest to the phone. It's worth trying now if you're on a paid plan, but free accounts are locked out. For now, stick to quiet rooms and always tell everyone you're recording. Still asking Slack where you left off on that PR? OpenAI just launched computer history to rebuild your work context automatically. It logs clicks and keystrokes, not screenshots, and turns them into a searchable timeline. You need the Pro plan at $200 a month, and it is Mac only for now. The old Chronicle preview took screenshots. This rebuilds your workflow from input events. But your memory files are unencrypted plain text, and events hit OpenAI servers. It is a real productivity boost, but excludes sensitive apps before you toggle it on. Would you trade local keystrokes for an AI that finally remembers your work? Still waiting for your phone to be actually helpful? Google just launched the Pixel 11, and it's all about Gemini intelligence. It automates tasks across 40-plus apps and transcribes your rambling voice notes cleanly. The catch? You need 12 gigabytes of RAM, so Pixel 9 owners are completely locked out. Before, you'd tap through apps to book a table. Now Gemini does the multi-step run for you. But the Pro model cut its RAM, and the best agentic features are US, Korea only. Don't upgrade just for AI. It's still only the 6th reason people buy new phones. If you're on a Pixel 10 or S26, just open the Gemini app and test it first.